I'm Brittany, this is Eddie, this is the new lighting, and welcome to Gaywatch, where we watch gay things. Today's episode is What Are Little Girls Made Of? And I don't think we ever actually get the answer to that question, so I'm not really sure why that's the title of the episode. But this is the one, as far as I can remember, and I can't really remember much about the actual plot of the episode. I just know that this is the one where we're introduced to androids and something big happens. Basically, the big thing about this episode is that this is when Kirk starts fucking his way out of situations. And I love this trait for him. I love that they gave it to a him as opposed to a woman. I love that he gets to use his masculine wiles to get his way out of various situations. I think that's an interesting trait to give to a captain, and he uses this several times. This is actually the thing that gave him the false reputation among fandom as being a womanizer. He's not a womanizer, he fucks his way out of situations. Those are two extremely different things, as we will see, and as I will very clearly point out. After we get this little reminder from Past Me about how to get everything good and synced so we can hit play on the episode, we're gonna hit play on the episode. This is how gay watches work. You get the episode queued up at 0000 on whatever device you choose. You'll check this video's description for the episode runtime and make sure that they match exactly. I'll give you a countdown of 3, 2, 1, play. And when I say play, you hit play. Fantastic. Everyone at 0? Alrighty, here comes in our countdown. 3, 2, 1, play. That was a little loud for me. That's an interesting shot. I don't think we've gotten that on the bridge before. She's waiting. Oh shit. Oh shit. He? I remember the he. Yeah, my question is, I can't remember if, oh, hello. Oops. Corby, that's his name. Oh crap, he's a hero of Kirk's. Chapel is engaged to a hero of Kirk's? Chapel is engaged? Are they engaged or are they just together? I forget. Or were they together? Because like that would be the thing, is that if he's been missing for 5 years, then you could kind of explain why she like falls for Spock. Or kind of how she falls for Spock, as opposed to, well, she's been engaged for 5 years and then fell in love with Spock anyway. So are they going for the are they going for the he went missing, she moved on, but now he's back? I'm gonna take that as a now he's back. He's alive! I remember the Dame of the Hour in this episode is one of my personal favorites. Not, if I recall correctly, for completely shallow reasons. I don't think I remember her character being particularly interesting, just like naive android. But I remember the actress who played her. Because she's attractive. Yeah. She's kind of gorgeous. She also gets away with an outfit that I did not expect they would get away with in the 60s. It was already bold enough for them to have those miniskirts, right? Whew. What are little girls made of? I swear we don't find out. That's not suspicious at all. Spock is like, that's not suspicious at all. Yeah. Oh. Important to note for later. Oh, good. I thought he was about to, new Corby, who dis. She can't catch a break. Romantically speaking, she can't catch a break. Although I suppose, Kirk does make the same mistake. No. Sorry, it's not Kirk. This shows how long it's been since I've watched the reboot movies. But a captain makes the same fucking mistake in the beginning of Star Trek 11. Like, we want your captain only to come over on this ship. And then he did. And he was never heard from again. Is there a piece of glass behind them? I'm seeing... There had to have been a piece of... Oh, there was a piece of glass behind them. Ha! I thought they were outside. And so a piece of glass behind them would have been weird. God, look at all that fantastic insulation. Why is Nurse Chapel's uniform different from everyone else's? Also, why is it more flattering than everyone else's? She has the best uniform. Is that like a Roddenberry perk? You know what I mean? Like, we're gonna make her look extra beautiful? Oh, a couple of red shirts. What could possibly go wrong? Not that it matters, but what was the other red shirt's name? I caught Matthews. And actually, I wouldn't be able to tell you which one Matthews is. Again, not that it matters. This is very bisexual installation's not the right... I just used the word. Insulation. It's a lot of blues, purples, and pinks going on. Okay, don't fall. Chapel got nice legs too. See, again, this is very bisexual insulation. That's funny, they introduced Kirk in the same way in Wrath of Khan. Why we had to blind people in order to introduce ourselves, I don't know. Right. He fell to his death. Roger Corby fell to his death. Oh no, there goes the red shirt. Did the red shirt really just trip and die? Hello! That's one way to introduce the guy with a lot of padding. Would have been great if the red shirt has just tripped and fallen, though. That would have been very on brand. This isn't creepy at all. No, I'm a robot. Android. He's deeply suspicious. Oh, thanks. Yeah, we on alert now. Let me just call my boyfriend real quick. Oh, no, never mind. I swear, they get rid of the brown belts at some point. I'm not crazy. I was about to say, and you did. Although I gotta say, no, the makeup's pretty bad by modern standards. The face grab of death? Was that really what that was? It's nice of them to pave the bottom of this cave, though, I must say. Very conscientious to future visitors. Good Lord. We weren't expecting a lesson. They are asleep on their feet. Wrap it up. Whew. Well, now that we know the history of everything. Snazzy digs. Hello. Isn't her name Andrea? Andrea. That was close. Whew. Speaking in the patented soft, sexy voice of the 60s. It's like, I ain't telling you nothing. All right. To the tongue jousting, I suppose. Hello. That's an interesting expression from Kirk. I mean, I would hope so, given the way you just tongued Chapel. Even though we had no evidence of the edge giving way, as it was exactly the same. Oh, well, we're doing this the hard way. Yeah. Yeah. Kirk has slight priorities. Hello. No, that worked. Oh, she had a phaser. I thought she lifted his communicator. And also, like, yeah, of course he's not gonna fucking trust y'all. Pointless roll! He actually only does the pointless roll a couple of times in this series, although it became one of, like, those notorious things. Oh, wow. That went right up there. Lifted him like it was nothing. Yeah, about that. Not everybody here is human. We. Yeah, they're in trouble. It's almost like he knows something is wrong. He can identify Kirk's voice much in the way that Chapel was able to instinctively know that it was Corby. Fascinating. Well, of course not! I'm getting dangerously close to Kirk light over there. Yeah, that doesn't come off as crazy at all. You know, the voice is less sexy coming out of a padded vampire. Woo! Knocked the audio right out my head. My man is so fucking smart. He's already won. This is loving Kirk hours. Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah. We're not big fans of the rather flamboyant padded vampire. I don't think that's his real voice. I think that's a voiceover. Never picked up on that before. Thank you! Ah, yes, the good old chair throw. Good lord! Just alley-oop. He'd be more menacing and less soft pink, I feel. Hello, Andrea. I mean, honestly, Chapel, I'd be thinking exactly what you're thinking. Because if I was gonna build a sex bot... Well... He's nailing that robot. Do you start with Andrea? Plot twist music. I mean, kinda. In terms of Kirk's plans at this point, I feel like it was his plan was just made even easier, really. Because if he can program Ruck, he can program Andrea, or fuck with her programming. I think you can fuck a machine. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Sure. Sure. What orders have you been giving her, is the question. Kirk's not amused. He's really not amused. I think there are some interesting comparisons to be had with Spock. Huh? Yeah. Uh-huh. Sure. That's... packed insulation? Or maybe that's the stuff that surfboards are made out of. You turn a knob, and you create intelligent life. A facsimile of intelligent life. This is how you explain. This is how you explain. You get him into the fucking machine. This is how you explain. This is not how you explain. Yeah, you know, I wouldn't be entirely without fear either. Also, I forgot about the spinning android machine. I wonder how a hard sci-fi show or book would attempt to explain this. Now it's duplicated. That's spinning. Now, I've killed 2 of their crew members, I'm about to duplicate the captain, and I'm holding you all hostage. Much better PR. That was actually fairly clever editing. That was pretty smooth. The vague, unlabeled knobs of the 60s. Now, under different circumstances, 2 Kirks would be nice. This, however, is more concerning than anything else. Is that why it was a spinning machine? So that you could play that game after? That was an attempt at an explanation, and yet... Oh... Man, Kirk is out here playing 3D chess while people like Corby are out here playing like catch. So good. What was it, like the magical loud noise of mental capacity? What was that? Oh god, isn't he creepy as fuck? Oh yeah, he's creepy as fuck. That's not identical. Robot Kirk is creepy. Colored melon chunks! My favorite. Is she now? What is that, watermelon on beans? Yeah, I think that's when you guess what's going on. Because I don't think Kirk would ask her that question. Creepy. Oh. Oh, I thought we got a close-up two-shot. Those... You know, honestly, that's really not a half-bad split screen. How did they do such good split screens in the 60s? Because for, like, the 80s and 90s, they were terrible. Mm-hmm. Totally unimportant ones. Yeah, like no free will. You know, that wasn't a half-bad double. Well, thanks for not doing that. I mean, I do. That escalated quickly. Oh, now you're talking to... yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. I mean, granted, I would sign up, but my biggest fear is death, so I'm really not who you should be asking. Right? Corby, you're a little... right? Like, you're not... Oh, yeah. Sure. Right? You got a wheel coming off there. Right? Sure you did. Uh-huh. Unless push comes to shove, of course. And then you're dead. I mean, slowly over the next couple of minutes. Oh? Is it about that time? Protect. Fetch, Ruff, fetch. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. That's right. Wasn't she programmed to follow his? Yeah. That's a good shot. Yeah, here we are. He needs a weapon. He needs some kind of method of self-defense. He needs a way to fight back, if you will. And see, the one he grabs doesn't look nearly as much like that until see, those are two different stalactites, meaning they purposefully handed him that one. That wouldn't make it onto TV today. Not unless it was paid cable. Wow, I forgot how blatant. If you are familiar at all with that part of the male anatomy, the underside, the shape of the is particularly accurate. You can do a lot with insulation, apparently. That was a short penis fight. How hot do you think that guy was under all that padding? I mean, it's not just the padding. It's the padding, and then he has like the skull cap, and plus all that makeup, and probably some prosthetics on his face as well. At least maybe around the jaw. He can only stand on the apple box below for so long. Of course, evidence that commands work. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Loud and fucking clear. I love how, aside from the deliberate implant from Kirk, the natural programming was to ask if Spock was alright. I wish we had gotten some more scenes with them. I don't think it could have really necessarily worked, but it would have been nice to see how programmed Kirk naturally interacted with Spock. Because, you know, you can always confuse androids if you're hot enough and if you can kiss well enough. That's right, doesn't she fucking say? Yeah! Who you programmed for? Might be Corby. Like, you might be programmed for Dr. Corby, but I mean, Kirk's hot. Like, really hot, so you can understand. You know, the dark circles around that guy's eyes are almost as bad as mine. See, Kirk and Spock would have had one hell of a conversation after this episode. Qua? I mean, Kirk actually did. That's a good point, you know. Programming don't matter now. He about to break you in half. Oops. That's one way to do it. Good effort though. Good try, Kirk. That was A+, man. I was on board with you. That was. Like, well, maybe, you know, you've confused Andrea with sex. So that could be the last resort, you know what I'm saying? Or we could randomly attack Corby. I mean, he's desperate at this point, so. Yeah. By the way. I mean, once they tell you that you can actually put people's consciousness into it, or about, then yeah. And you happened across these machines. Looney Tunes. No. Close, but no. Technically, yes, but no. Boyfriends who know each other. Whew, Andre. Can you shoot the hot guy, though? That must have been fun to say. Damn. Damn. Oops. Well, wait. Prove you're a computer, or prove you're not a computer by doing calculations, or or showing your inability to do calculations. Oh. He, he's got you there. I think you got close. What is with the yawning? I know. Once again, science or penis? That's just the eternal question. He was the one who pressed it. Was she the one? I have questions. I mean, kinda. That's a long and complicated answer. Forgot what the last scene was. It's because she's a badass. No. 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 See, that's the kind of shit I'm talking about. the end of episode flirting with the smiles and especially on Spock's part, because obviously just Spock coming over at the end of the episode to just like shamelessly flirt with the captain in front of everyone. They were on the bridge. They were in front of everyone. This is why the general headcanon is usually everybody fucking knows. Everybody knows. Everybody knows. Because you can't miss it. You cannot. We all get dude bro teasing. We all get friend teasing. You know, I do it with my friends all the time because I am just a teasing bitch. We get friendly platonic teasing. I guess maybe you could see that as platonic flirting. I can't even get the sentence out because they're teasing like on the sly, like they're trying to do it with straight faces, but they can't keep a straight face. Spock can't even keep a straight face. On one hand, I want to be the very objective, analytical, we all just interpret things the way that we would like for them to be, and that's fine. Everything's valid, every interpretation is valid, etc., because that's what I actually believe. But then every now and then, they're throwing these looks across the room at each other, or they're flirting this heavily on the bridge at the end of the episode in front of God, Roddenberry, and everyone, and you can't help but wonder how someone watches that and says, no, that wasn't flirting. How straight do you have to be to watch a scene like that and not only be like, it's just bros being bros, right? But then go so far as to be like, it's just bros being bros, and also, where do you pull this from? This is totally random. You guys read into everything, horny fangirls, etc. It's times like these that I really don't understand how this ship is still misunderstood and misconstrued after all these years. After 1 year. After one episode. Like, how do you see that and then not be at least like, well, okay, yeah, I can see the interpretation. Like, how do you not at least have that? But like, so many people act like the idea of Kirk and Spock is so far out of left field. Are we watching the same show? We can't be watching the same show. That's it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. I will be here next week with Dagger of the Mind. And please remember to take care of yourself.